Okay, so picture this with me, all right? You've got a place, right? And it's known for its oil, like tons of oil wealth. Not exactly known for like wild financial moves, you
Yeah,
know?
right.
And then, bam, out of nowhere, their national bank like drops this huge EE announcement. They're launching a Bitcoin investment product.
Wow.
The first one in the entire Gulf Cooperation Council. Can you believe that?
It's like, what? That's wild. It really makes you do a double take.
It's huge GE, and that's what we're diving into today.
I'll unpack this.
The National Bank of Bahrain, NBB if you're fancy, just made a move that has everyone and their cousin talking. Is this a crystal ball showing us future of money or just like a blip gone tomorrow?
Right. And, you've given me like a whole stack of analysis on this.
Oh, yeah, we did our homework.
So let's like really break it down.
That's it.
We're talking a region that includes like Saudi Arabia, the UAE.
Heavy hitters.
Huge players. And they are not known for just jumping into, well, anything new, let's be real.
Exactly. So when they do go for something like this, it's got to be worth looking at.
For sure.
Especially when it's something as buzzy and, let's be honest, kind of confusing for some people as Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
My parents still ask me what it is every time I see them.
Right. Like, explain it to me like I'm 5.
Exactly.
And this isn't just straight up buying Bitcoin either. This is something called a structured investment.
Ooh, fancy.
Which honestly, it sounds like you need like an MBA to even understand what that means.
That's why you're here.
Hopefully I can break it down a little.
Break it down for us. What's the like regular person version of this thing?
Okay, so basically, picture it like this, all right? It's built to kind of give investors a taste of those potential gains. Bitcoin goes up.
Right.
But, and this is huge EE, there's a safety net.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, so if Bitcoin totally tanks.
Which, let's be honest, it has been known to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But your initial investment, it's protected.
So you're not like losing your life savings chasing the crypto dream.
Exactly. You're not going all in, more like dipping your toes in the water.
Okay, so a little bit of excitement, but with like floaties on.
Yes, with the training wheels, a little bit of risk, but not, jumping off the diving board.
Makes sense, especially in a region that's known for, how do I put this, a careful approach to risk.
Very diplomatic.
Had to be.
But yeah, you're right. And that's why this whole 100% capital protection thing, that is huge E for them.
It speaks their language.
Oh, 100%. This is like directly targeting.
Like a laser beam.
Exactly. That investor who's maybe a little curious about crypto, but they are terrified of it just like disappearing overnight.
Yeah, they want to dip their toes in, not dive headfirst into the deep ends.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned this is for a certain type of investor. The article, it said something about accredited investors.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? Asking for a friend, of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's like the VIP section of investing,
Okay.
In most places, accredited investor basically means you've got like a high net worth, a really good income, or both.
So not for someone who just like found a $20 in their couch cushions.
Not your spare change investment, no.
More like, playing in the big leagues.
Exactly. You got to be able to handle the swings.
Which leads us to the big question.
Hit me with it.
Why is the National Bank of Bahrain, of all places, why are they rolling out the red carpet for Bitcoin?
Right. Even with this like safety net, it's still a bold move.
It is. So what's the strategy?
It's fascinating, isn't it? Like on the surface, right? You got the NBB CEO, and they're talking about like innovative ways for their clients to, diversify their portfolios.
Standard PR stuff?
Oh, yeah. Textbook.
But you're not buying that entirely, are you? What's the deeper story here?
Think about it this way. Okay. Bahrain, it's a small country, but they have huge ambitions, especially when it comes to finance, right?
They want to be a major player.
Exactly. They're not Dubai. They're not London. Not yet, at least.
So this move is?
This could put them on the map for a very specific, and let me tell you, a very influential type of investor.
The crypto whales.
Oh, yeah. The ones moving millions, looking for a place to park it.
Where it's safe, where it's going to grow.
Exactly. And it's not just those investors either. It's the crypto businesses themselves.
Oh, interesting.
Think about it. If you were a crypto company, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather go to a place where the rules are fizzy, nobody knows what's going on?
Or a place that's like, hey, come on in, we're open for business.
Exactly. They're setting themselves up as the pioneers, the trailblazers, in a region that hasn't really jumped on the whole crypto train yet.
They want to be the cool kids on the block.
Exactly. We're early adopters. We get it. And don't forget, they didn't just do this alone. They partnered with this company, ARP Digital.
Who are they?
So they were actually co-founded by, get this, a former Goldman Sachs partner.
Okay, so we're not talking about some like fly-by-night operation here.
No. This adds instant credibility, like Wall Street legitimacy.
So they're serious about this.
They're not messing around. They're bringing in the big guns to make sure it's done right.
It's like they're building this like exclusive crypto beach club, right?
Yeah.
With those like private cabanas for the folks who just want to dip their toes in the water.
I like that analogy, yeah.
Get a little sun, maybe a mocktail.
Exactly. They're not ready to jump in the deep end just yet.
Not quite ready for the deep dive.
Not yet, but maybe someday, right? But every little detail from that whole accredited investor thing to bringing in the Goldman Sachs guy
screams strategy.
Oh, yeah. This is calculated for sure. But let's talk about the elephant in the room here.
Oh, boy.
Bitcoin's volatility.
It's a wild ride.
It's not exactly a secret, we all know it, that the price of Bitcoin can swing, like, massively.
To put it mildly, so how does this product, which promises to protect your money, how does that actually work with something so unpredictable?
Right. And that's where things get really interesting.
Because it almost seems too good to be true.
Well, here's the thing, right? Even with those, like, typical investments, there's always some risk, right? Nothing is guaranteed.
Right.
So this whole 100% capital protection thing, it probably comes with some caveats, some fine print.
Okay, so like what kind of fine print are we talking?
The most obvious one, there's probably a cap on how much you can actually make.
So even if Bitcoin goes to the moon, like blasts off.
You're not going to be a gazillionaire overnight now.
There's a limit.
Exactly. It's like, think of it like insurance, right? You pay a little extra for peace of mind.
Okay.
And in this case, that peace of mind, it might mean you miss out on some of the huge potential gains.
Yeah.
High F Bitcoin goes crazy.
So it's a trade-off.
Exactly. You're sacrificing potential for protection.
But even with a limit, if it protects you from losing big, that's still got to be appealing to some people, right?
Oh, absolutely. Especially those folks who they believe in Bitcoin long term. They see the potential.
But they don't want to ride the roller coaster every day.
Exactly. They want to be in the game, but without like the stress and the anxiety of every little dip and spike.
So this way, they can sleep at night.
Exactly. This product, it lets them get in on the action, hopefully, without needing like a heart monitor.
Okay, so let's like bring this back down to earth for a sec, right?
Okay, yeah.
What does this all mean for like someone listening right now, someone who's like, crypto is kind of interesting, but...
Right, but do I get it? Where do I even start?
Exactly.
That's the million-dollar question, right? And I got to be honest, the answer is it depends.
Classic.
Of course, because this specific product, the one from NBB, it might not be for everyone.
Especially with that whole accredited investor thing.
Right. Not everyone can walk in the door, so to speak.
But here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Even if someone has zero interest in buying Bitcoin, like ever, this move by NBB, it's still a big deal.
It's a sign.
It's a sign that even the old school financial world, even in a place that's not exactly known for taking risks,
they're paying attention.
They're paying attention to crypto.
They see which way the wind is blowing.
It's like when your grandparents finally get a smartphone.
Oh, I love that.
It doesn't mean they're going to start coding apps tomorrow.
Right.
But it means that technology, it's everywhere.
It's seeping into every corner of our lives, whether we like it or not.
Right, exactly. And just like with the internet, back in the day, someone's going to win big, someone's going to lose big. And the rest of us are just trying to figure out how to use the darn thing.
Trying to keep up, man. Trying to keep up.
So are you saying we should all run out and buy Bitcoin right now?
Whoa. Hold your horses.
Okay.
Not necessarily, no. But here's what you should be doing. Learn about it.
Educate yourself.
Exactly. Understand what cryptocurrency, even IS, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then you can decide if it's right for you.
Don't just follow the hype train blindly.
Oh, 100%. Do your homework, because knowledge is power, especially in the world of money.
Now, we've talked a lot about Bahrain, their strategy, all that.
Right.
But this isn't happening in a vacuum, right?
Not connected.
You mentioned this report, the Chainalysis study.
Yeah, the big one.
And it shows that the entire region, Middle East, North Africa, they're all seeing a ton of crypto activity.
Oh, yeah, it's booming over there.
So Bahrain, they're trying to be the cool kids in a school that's already pretty cool.
They want to be the top dog. the king of the hill.
And this whole NBB product, it's their way of saying, we're open for business. Come on in. The water's fine.
Exactly. They're putting a flag in the sand saying, we're the crypto hub. This is where it's at.
So is this just a blip on the radar, or is this the start of something huge-y? Too early to tell, but it's like we're watching, I don't know, the financial Olympics or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And Bahrain just like pulled up with this whole new sport nobody knew about.
Love it. And they're not just messing around either.
They came to win.
Oh, yeah. Total game faces. They did their homework, right? We talked about that Chainalysis report.
The one that shows the whole region is going crypto crazy.
Exactly. Middle East, North Africa, they're like a huge chunk of the global crypto scene now. Over 7% of all transactions. Can you believe that?
That's a lot of digital cash flowing around.
A lot. So Bahrain, they're playing chess, not checkers. They want to be the king of the castle, not just another knight on the board.
Okay, so let's say they pull it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
This product, it's a hit. They get all the big investors, all the cool crypto companies. Then what? What's the grand plan?
That's when things get really interesting, because if they make Bahrain the place to be for crypto, safe, regulated, all that good stuff.
Others are going to want to copy them.
Exactly. It'll be like a domino effect. Suddenly, every country is trying to get a piece of that crypto pie. Competition breeds innovation, right?
So we'll see more products like this one, but maybe like different flavors.
100%. Stuff for people who want to dip their toes in, stuff for the high rollers, you name it. And it won't just be about investing either. We can see whole new systems popping up, exchanges, banks, everything tailored for crypto.
Okay, now I'm picturing like a city of the future, but instead of buildings, it's just giant digital wallets.
You're getting it. But here's the thing. The biggest impact, it might not even be about the tech itself, but what it represents.
Go on.
Right now, crypto still seems kind of scary to a lot of people, right? Mm-hmm. Like the Wild West, risky business.
Definitely.
But if Bahrain's plan works, it could help change that. Make crypto normal, something everyone understands.
Like, it's the difference between those old clunky computers and the smartphones we have now.
Exactly. The tech behind it might be super complex, but if it's easy to use, everyone's going to want it.
That's when things really take off.
Exactly. When crypto goes from something only tech people talk about to something everyone uses every day, that's the end game.
So last question, for our listeners who've been hanging out with us this whole time, what should they be looking out for? What's important in all of this?
Don't get lost in the weeds, don't worry about the price of Bitcoin every minute or the latest crazy crypto story.
Don't chase the hype.
Exactly. Pay attention to the big things, the institutions, the rules. That's how you know where things are really going.
So look beyond the surface to the foundations.
100%. Because whether this whole Bahrain thing works out or not, that one thing's for sure.
Yeah.
The world of money is changing, and crypto's going to be a part of it.
And that's something we should all be paying attention to. So as always, stay curious, do your research, and until next time, happy investing.